Hello and welcome to another video for Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today, well, we're looking at something that is now quite old, has become incredibly collectible and is now incredibly difficult to find, especially in these mint sealed condition. We are looking at the 1995 release by AMT/ERTL from their Star Trek Generations series of plastic model kits. And this particular model kit we're looking at today is of the USS Enterprise NCC-1701D. And it's exactly as it appeared in the movie, and also how it appeared obviously in Star Trek the Next Generation television series. Now, Star Trek Next Generation ran from, well, it was the second live action series in the Star Trek franchise. As you know, the first one was Star Trek the original series, from 66 to 69 that was shot, and then in 1972 there was the 72-73 there was the animated Star Trek series, and then in 1988 Star Trek Next Generation launched onto the airways, and that ran for 7 seasons right way through until 1983, sorry. And as soon as that come to an end, the cast and crew went straight over to film Star Trek Generations, which was the first movie to feature the Next Generation crew, and it tied in the gap between the two generations, so from the original series to the Next Generation. It featured William Shatner as Captain Kirk, James Doohan as Mr. Scott, and Walter Koenig as Mr. Chekhov, but also featured all of the Next Generation cast and crew that had been in the television series. The film ran for just around about 2 hours, a fraction under 2 hours. The budget for the movie was $35 million, and it netted at the box office $118 million, so quite a nice return. And it was first aired in November 1994, or was first released onto cinema in 1994. Okay, so let's not digress any further. This is the model kit in front of us, and at the very top it says Star Trek Generations, and it's a skill level 2 model kit, and you've got the AMT ERTL logo on the bottom left hand side, and it says USS Enterprise 1/6500 scale model kit, and there you can see the image of the USS Enterprise NCC-1701D, which was sadly destroyed in the movie. Okay, that's the front of the box. I'm just going to turn the box around to the back, because most of these model kits don't have anything on the back. They just have a little bit of information, and that's exactly what this one has. There's no nothing really that interests you with, but you do have the AMT ERTL logo. It says please retain this address for reference, and you've got not suitable for children under 8 years old, may contain small parts and sharp points, and paint and cement not included, and recommended for 8 years and older. And you've got the CE and markings and the relative copyright information at the bottom there, and it's item number 66753100. Okay, that's the back. Let's drop the box down and let's have a look at what we got printed on the sides. Okay, so I've dropped the model down to the side, and again you've got the AMT ERTL logo. Maybe I should lift that up a little bit so you can see, maybe you see it a little bit better. And it says Star Trek Generations, and it's got USS Enterprise plastic model kit, over 18 inches long, fully assembled. Detailed instructions for building the USS Enterprise included. Authentic decals, and includes display stand, and it says USS Enterprise. And there we have an image of the model itself. Same image as what's on the front, and it says item number 8793. Okay, that's the image on the side. If I turn it to the end, actually let's just zoom out a little bit so we can see all of what we got on the end here. So what do we have? So it says again AMT ERTL logo on the side here. It says Star Trek Generations, USS Enterprise plastic model kit, over 18 inches long, fully assembled. The detailed instructions for building the USS Enterprise included. Authentic decals, and includes display stand, and it says USS Enterprise again. And here on where it says English, it says Star Trek Generations USS Enterprise measures over 18 inches long. The kit includes all the necessary components to build the USS Enterprise. Detailed instructions and authentic decals included. Features a highly detailed model replica. Paint and cement not included. And over in the right hand corner, you've got the copyright and licensing information, 1995, Paramount Pictures, all rights reserved, Star Trek and all related markings are trademarks of Paramount Pictures Company, authorised use at ERTL Company. Okay, so that's the top of the box. Let's just turn it over to the other side again. And we've got pretty much the same as what was on the opposite end. And it says Star Trek Next Generation, AMT, ERTL logo, as you can see there. Let's just zoom out a tad. And it's a USS Enterprise plastic model kit, over 18 inches long, fully assembled. Detailed instructions for building. The USS Enterprise included authentic decals, includes display stand and the USS Enterprise. And then you've got the same image as what's on the front. And again, it's item number 8793. Okay, let's have a look at the bottom of the box now, where it's got the detailed images of an actual built model. Okay, so this is the bottom of the box, and this is where most of the images are of the actual item built. Gives you some good close-up images so you can see what the quality of the model is like. But again, on the left-hand side, it says AMT, ERTL, Star Trek Generations, the USS Enterprise plastic model kit, over 18 inches long, fully assembled. The USS Enterprise, detailed instructions for building the USS Enterprise included. Authentic decals, and includes the display stand and USS Enterprise. And on the right-hand side, it says it's a skill level 2 kit. Glue required for assembly, paint recommended, over 65 parts. And it's got commitment to quality and so on, and you got the barcode and the item number at the bottom. Okay, now let's zoom in on the images. So this is the first image, and this is the underneath of the USS Enterprise, and just so you can see the actual detailing of the model, I mean, it is phenomenal. Now you do need to be a fairly good model builder to build this and paint this to the degree that they show on the box, to be fair. But it is absolutely, the detailing, the intricate detailing, if I zoom in, you can see as much as you can. This is an actual picture of a completed model. So you can see just the detailing. It does look absolutely fantastic, I've got to say, it really does. And if we move on to the next picture, where we can see the top of the hull, and again you can see the decals have been fitted. So you've got the NCC-1701D at the front there. But again, the detailing is just superb. It's second to none. Absolutely fantastic. Obviously this one has been painted, and you would have to paint your own model, but I think the plastic is grey, so it depends how much detailing you want to add to it, but otherwise painting is recommended on these models. And let's move on to the final picture, and there you can see the deflector array and the underside of the lower hull of the Enterprise. And again, you can see you've got decals on the bottom there, but again it's detailed so lovely. These model kits by AMT, ERTL were just probably some of the best ever produced. They were absolutely fantastic, and the detailing and the time spent on the accuracy of these models was just absolutely fantastic. I've never found a model kit as anywhere near as good as these particular AMT ones that we have here. Now, when we had the shop back in the 1990s, we did have, there was a gentleman who was a professional model builder, and he actually took one of these and built it for us, and we had it on display in the shop for maybe getting on for a year before someone actually came in and bought it. But it was built amazingly. as I say, I can't find any model kits. I've never seen any model kits that come anywhere close to the intricacy and the detailing of these AMT kits, of the time I'm talking about. It might be different now, but I'm going back to the 1990s here. But these kits were just second to none. They were the best kits on the market, and consequently they sold so well. I can remember when we had the shop, we had this one on display, and just below where it was displayed, there we had a whole pile of these model kits. This is just as Generations was airing on the TV, so it was all tied in with the being going on to Sky or what have you. And at that time, ARTL pushed these model kits, and we had a big display up from AMT, and we had the model kit that we had built sitting above it, and we had probably, I don't know, maybe 40 or 50 of these model kits below it, and they literally sold out over one weekend, simply because of, I think the biggest selling point was the built model that was on display. So yeah, I mean, I think they were just fantastic. Anyway, let's not digress any further. How well did these model kits do back in the day? Well, as I just told you, we sold out of them over a weekend. It did take time for more stock to come in, and we did get more stock, but they slowed down over a period of time because most of your regular customers have then bought them, and they obviously they don't sell as quickly as they did when they first come out. So yes, they done very well, sold multiple issues, and I'm assuming this has been reissued since then. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm guessing they normally do. AMT normally reissue them some years later, so we're 30 years ago when this one was produced. I would imagine that they've reissued it at some point after that. I don't think this was the first one either. I think there was an earlier version of this which came out when the film was produced. So this is probably the second or maybe even the third version of it. I'm not 100% sure. But this is the version that we had built and displayed in our shop when we had the shop. Okay, let's move forward 30 years to 2025, which is where we are today. Do these model kits come up very often on the platforms? Occasionally. You see these models on the platforms, not very often now, and that's probably due to age. They are obviously, I'll say, 30 years old. You do see them come up from time to time, but they obviously do demand quite a lot of money, especially if they're sealed like this one. And I have seen a few of them on the platforms all still sealed, and demanding big money, and they really don't hang around for very long. They go onto the platforms and they sell very quickly. So yes, they do sell out quite quickly. So if you were planning to buy one on a platform, you're going to need to be quick, and also do be very careful, because a lot of platforms use stock photographs, and you may think that you're ordering a sealed item, but you're actually ordering one that's been opened or maybe part built. So just be very, very careful. If it says used on it, click on the used link and read the description of what is actually coming. Otherwise you could be very disappointed. Now, as you know, we at Midas Touch, we don't believe in stock photographs, so what you see on our website is exactly the item that you will receive should you wish to order it, and this particular item is no exception to that. Now, these items, these model kits were fortunate for us. We bought out a stock from a closed down toy and model kit shop, and there was all probably 20 or 30 different Star Trek model kits, or various different Star Trek, Star Wars, and quite a few other ones, model kits that had not been sold, that went back quite some years. So when we bought out all their stock, we was fortunate enough to buy all of those model kits as well. They're all included in the purchase, and we are now beginning to make them available. Well, in fact, we've made quite a few available already on the website, and we are beginning to carry on until we've completed them all. So I think there's about 20 or 30 model kits in all, which came from a closed down shop, all mint condition, all sealed, as is this one. Okay, and this particular item, as of today, is now available to buy on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Star Trek items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I'm absolutely positive this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky that you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you like to add again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories. Well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful Star Trek Generations USS Enterprise model kit with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.